The doors opened. Conversation died instantly. 120 guests turned toward me like sunflowers chasing light. Forks froze midair. A violin screeched to a stop. I stepped inside slowly. Dress blues. Perfectly pressed. 2 silver stars resting on my shoulders. My cap was in my hand. And for a moment, the entire room forgot how to breathe. Then it happened. 20 Marines scattered around the reception. All rose to their feet in perfect unison. Chairs scraped back. Boots snapped together. One voice rang out, "General on deck." Every Marine in the room locked into attention. And my family. My family went white. A week earlier, my mother called me. Her voice had that careful sweetness she used when she was about to say something ugly. "Daniel," she said, "about the wedding." I was sitting in my office at the base, staring out at the parade grounds. "What about it?" There was a pause. "We think it would be better if you didn't wear your uniform." I blinked once. "Why?" Another pause, longer. Then she said it. "Well, soldiers can be embarrassing. Embarrassing. 10 years overseas. 2 tours in Afghanistan. 1 in Iraq. Buried friends. Carried men off helicopters who never made it home. Embarrassing." My brother Ethan grabbed the phone next. "Look, man," he said casually. "It's my wedding. I just don't want it turning into some military thing. You know how people are." I did know how people were. Especially my family. I said only one word. "Understood." Then I hung up. Ethan and I used to be close. When we were kids, he followed me everywhere. I taught him how to throw a baseball, how to drive, how to throw a punch without breaking his hand. When I enlisted, he told everyone his big brother was a hero. But things changed. College happened. New friends? New world. Suddenly, the military became something people joked about at dinner parties. My deployments became awkward topics. And slowly, I became the strange relative who disappeared for years and came back with quiet eyes. Still, I showed up for everything. Birthdays, holidays, engagement parties. I thought loyalty worked both ways. I was wrong. The truth hit me 3 days before the wedding. A former Marine from my unit, Carter, called me. "Sir," he said, sounding uncomfortable, "this might be weird, but are you going to Ethan's wedding?" "Yes." There was silence. "Well, a lot of the guys are." That caught my attention. "Explain." Turns out Ethan's future father-in-law owned a security company. Half his staff were former Marines, men who had served under me, men who knew exactly who I was. Carter cleared his throat. "Sir, Ethan told them his brother was just some guy who washed out of the military." I didn't say anything. My grip on the phone tightened slowly. Washed out. Embarrassing. Some guy. Interesting. That was the moment my mindset shifted. Not anger. Strategy. The plan was simple. I didn't tell anyone. Not my parents. Not my brother. Not the Marines. I just confirmed my attendance. And on the morning of the wedding, I put on my uniform. Full dress. 2 stars polished until they shone. Back in the reception hall, the silence was crushing. My mother's mouth opened. Closed. Ethan stood beside his new wife at the sweetheart table. He looked like someone had just dropped ice water down his spine. I walked forward slowly. Every step echoed. The Marines remained at attention. Eyes forward. Disciplined. Professional. But I could feel the room shifting. Whispers spreading like wildfire. "General? Did they say general?" Ethan laughed nervously. "Okay, funny joke, guys," he said. No one laughed. I reached the center of the room. Then I turned to the Marines. At ease. 20 boots relaxed instantly. The tension broke just enough for the room to breathe again. I looked directly at my brother. His face had gone pale gray. "You told them I washed out," I said calmly. He swallowed. I didn't mean..." I raised a hand. Silence. "You also told our family that soldiers are embarrassing." My mother looked like she wanted to disappear into the floor. The guests were staring openly now. Watching. Waiting. I placed my officer cap on the table beside me. Then I spoke just loud enough for everyone to hear. "For 10 years I served this country. Not for applause. Not for respect." I looked directly at Ethan. "But I won't apologize for it either." One of the Marines near the back spoke quietly. "Sir, permission to say something?" I nodded. He turned to the guests. "This man pulled 12 of us out of an ambush in Helmand." Another Marine added, "He carried my brother 2 miles under fire." A third voice. He's the reason half of us are alive. The room shifted again. The whispers were different now. Respectful, heavy. Ethan looked like he might collapse. Finally, I picked up my cap. I stepped closer to him. "Congratulations on the wedding," I said quietly. Then I leaned in just enough that only he could hear the last part. "Next time you lie about someone, make sure the witnesses aren't in the room." I left 5 minutes later. Outside, the evening air felt clean. Behind me, the reception buzzed with voices. Truth had a way of spreading fast. I didn't stay for cake. Didn't need to. Some victories aren't loud. They're quiet, precise, and unforgettable.